Hey guys, welcome back to Hammy React. This will be my first reaction, quick thoughts and open spoiler thoughts on Hawkeye episode 4. I've just finished watching it. I won't be reacting live to it because obviously it's a long episode. But yeah, this is going to be my quick thoughts on the new Hawkeye episode that's just dropped. Overall, I thought it was a decent episode. Not as much action as previous episodes, but it was pretty decent. I don't think it's the best episode so far that we've had. They definitely grounded it a bit more. There was the scene about the family kind of discussing. It didn't really land for me. It was a bit awkward. I thought that the kind of relationship between Jack and the mother and Kate was a bit awkward when they're dancing in the living room. And I guess it's supposed to be kind of awkward if you're supposed to be in like Kate's position, feeling a bit awkward, like this is a bit cringy. What is my mum and her fiance doing? So I thought there would be a bit more reveals as to what's happening. There weren't as many as I thought. We obviously got a reveal of who the masked assassin was, and I think we all guessed who that would be because there was a promo for it, and we are seeing Black Widow and the end credit scene of that. I guess we all knew that was going to be Yelena. The first question and kind of thought that I had was, and that's the sort of theory, is perhaps Val. I think it's Val, her name. The woman that's appeared in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and obviously in the end of the Black Widow film, who came to Yelena at Natasha Romanoff's grave and was like, I've got information on the person that killed your sister. Now, I'm thinking that person could be working for Wilson Fisk, possibly. I know in the comics maybe it looks like they're setting up the Thunderbolts or something like that, with a kind of like offshoot of like evil Avengers type thing. So that could be happening. Maybe Val is working for Wilson Fisk. A lot of people think that Uncle in episode 3 is Wilson Fisk, and not only Wilson Fisk, but Vincent D'Onofrio's version of Wilson Fisk from the Daredevil series. Just a note on Wilson Fisk there. I know that Kevin Feige's recently confirmed that if there were to be a Daredevil in the MCU, it would be played by Charlie Cox. It's a weird thing to specify that yes, it would be that actor. Kevin Feige also went on to say, we don't know, it's a matter of time to see when he'll appear, how he'll appear, and where he'll appear in the MCU. A lot of people are taking those comments and applying them to the Hawkeye series and thinking, right, well, if Charlie Cox is coming back, it would make sense to have Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin back as well, Wilson Fisk back as well. I guess it all makes sense. It kind of all comes together. I'm really enjoying this ground level of the MCU. We're in New York, we're in the streets of New York, and it's very kind of on the street level, fighting a mafia and stuff. It's a nice change of pace from, if you've seen Eternals and all the kind of cosmic stuff we've come out of Endgame, and we've still got like massive stuff. We've got like lots of fantastical stuff out there happening. You've got Shang-Chi fighting, in the other world, and lots of fantastical things going on. Then you've got a more cosmic level of Eternals, but then it's nice to be brought back down to the street level where you're just fighting the mob and trying to bust out an organized crime ring. I think that's quite refreshing for the MCU, who has obviously done huge cosmic things and world-ending events. We just need to track down the mafia and end this ring of crime. It was really cute to see that Kate wanted, she's realizing, I think her arc is realizing about family and what Clint is sacrificing. A lot of her becoming an Avenger, so to speak, or being teamed up with an Avenger is all about her realizing actually it's not all glory, and it's not all wow you're an Avenger, oh this is Hawkeye. It's a sacrifice, and obviously Clint is trying to get that through to her head. Like it ain't pretty, it ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's tough going. You lose people, and I feel like Kate is realizing that slowly, and that she's ready to take on. She's like, I don't care. I know what the risks are, but I still want to do it. And I feel like that's her confidence speaking. So, she's like, oh yeah, I can do it. The way she storms back upstairs after she's like been cut off the rope and dropped down onto street level again in the final fight. I think there's still a bit of realization for her, like how real it can get. Obviously, Clint alluded to that. It's like, they've hired a Black Widow assassin to come out and get me. So this, shit's getting real, like real. And I think that's just going to go on further and further. I believe we've got 2 episodes left. So I think what's going to happen is, they'll maybe push it up a notch and get things, the stakes a bit higher. Obviously, they've parted ways for now. He's like, I don't need you. I'm doing this on my own and going off. Obviously, they'll probably come back together by the end of the series, and probably in the finale there'll be a big fight, all that kind of stuff. I think we can expect. What else? That final fight was okay. It was interesting. It was good to see some of the action. And what I didn't love about it, and which I thought was totally sort of, there's suspension of disbelief, but then there's this, and I couldn't kind of buy into the fact that Kate, although she's, like we saw in the first episode, she's like a karate champion or does some martial art. She's got some training. We know she's got some training, but at the end of the day, she hasn't got the training of a Black Widow assassin, of a Maya, who been doing this for years and years. I mean, Kate's in her early 20s. I think that the older assassins in this movie are at least 10 years her senior. So I found it difficult to buy into the fact that she's going toe to toe with Yelena and with Maya. So that part kind of jarred me a little bit. Yeah. What else would I like to say? The comedy in the show doesn't work for me. It's set up as like a buddy cop kind of, obviously partnering up together. There's the protege and there's the senior, the kind of more veteran, worn out Clint Barton. The comedy doesn't really work for me. What did, and kind of the only moment I really chuckled, was the zip line moment where she's stuck in the zip line. I thought that was quite funny. We always expect it to shoot down and do a superhero landing maybe. But yeah, that part didn't really work for me. Aside from the action and kind of the speculation of what might happen, I really did enjoy Clint in this episode. I feel like he plays this just in his expressions and the way he kind of carries himself, and he's got this kind of deadpan, like I'm so done with this expression. I see Clint, I see a Jeremy Renner as Clint, and I can see someone who's just done with it. Like, I'm done. I've saved the world from Thanos. I've been through it all. And because, so I think he plays that really well. He's got that kind of, I'm just, I'm tired, I'm drained. And he's got that kind of deadpan expression and kind of blunt sarcasm to people that he talks to. So, yeah, I think he plays that really well. He does a good job of that. Overall, thought the episode was decent. I think the 3rd episode was my favourite. I really enjoyed seeing Maya and how she kind of came to be in the position that she's in. And I'm interested to learn more about what's happening with the Rolex and what that's all about. I don't really have a theory for who the Rolex belongs to. Obviously, we've got some clues. Somebody's identity is still attached to the Rolex. So, I mean, my first thought went to Tony. Could have been Tony Stark's. That's possible. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, that's my quick thoughts on Hawkeye. I don't do breakdowns too much like some other channels. I won't be breaking it down. Like I said, I've literally just come off watching it and just jumped straight on to give you my quick thoughts and reactions. And yeah, not a bad episode, but let's see where this goes. Stay tuned in the channel. I'm going to have some more reactions coming soon. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. In the coming week, this is important. Just remembered, it is Wednesday the 8th of December. In the UK here, we get Spider-Man No Way Home on the 15th of December. So in exactly a week, I'll be watching Spider-Man No Way Home, and I'll do a quick out of the theatre reaction, probably screaming at the camera or something like that if it's good. I'm assuming it's going to be good. Yeah, so keep an eye out for the Spider-Man No Way Home reaction. There are rumors that there's going to be another trailer. If there is, I'm not interested in all the TV spots that come out, but if there's a final trailer that comes out, like a proper one, I'll be watching that and I'll be reacting to it, and you'll be able to catch it here. I just hope they don't reveal too much. But I don't want to ramble on. Catch you guys next time. Take care.